Hello. Welcome to another episode of Me, Him and Football, the football podcast for couples. I'm Linda.
I'm Carl and we're back. We're going to discuss all things football, including the weekly roundup. Linda will learn about the thing that we all hate at the moment.
This is the bane of you football fans'
really
lives.
Is
VAR.
Oh, yeah. We'll go over what you've missed and the couple versus the league section, where I think I'm going to be pulling away from someone.
Well, we'll see about that.
All right, so we'll start with the weekly roundup. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Champions versus champion pretenders.
Pretenders?
Pretenders.
Okay.
Arsenal are the pretenders.
Oh, Lord.
They've challenged for the title in the previous 3 seasons and they've come second every time. They keep coming up short. Liverpool, the reigning champions, been splashing the cash in the transfer window. The match was dull as dishwater.
Oh, Lord. Do you think maybe both teams are just a bit too scared to go for it?
Yeah, so what you often get with these high stakes matches is that because they're so tense and neither side wants to give the other an inch.
Nothing happens.
Both sides become more cautious than they might normally be.
Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal fans and Arsenal critics complain that Arsenal are cautious anyway. Liverpool are a team that normally go for it, but even they were, it was cagey, it was tense, it was boring, but they were separated by 1 goal from Dominik Szoboszlai. He's a Hungarian midfielder.
Okay.
Had a free kick from, 30 yards out, pinged it into the top bins, and that was all that separated them.
So who won?
Liverpool won 1-0.
Oh.
And in these type of matches, set pieces are very important because they can often be like the separator. So a set piece is a free kick, a throw in, or a corner.
Okay.
So this is when the foul's been committed and a team gets the time to set up.
Yeah, and it's not a penalty because it wasn't.
Well, penalties are technically set pieces as well,
okay.
because a foul's been committed and you get time to decide what you want to do essentially. So yeah, advantage Liverpool. They've won their opening 3 matches and they are top of the league.
Okay, they are my prediction to win again this season.
Yes, we know.
Okay.
All right, so next up we've got Manchester United versus Burnley. Controversy reigns here. Manchester United, they were drawing 2-2, and to Burnley. Then they were given a penalty in injury time. Amad Diallo surging into the box. Looked like he might have been touched, but whether it was enough to send him down, that's debatable. But it was given. Bruno Fernandes, the captain, tucks it away, and Man United get their first win of the season.
Oh, gosh.
So having lost to Grimsby, Ruben Amorim, the pressures alleviated slightly.
Oh yeah, he was the one who wasn't too good about. Who was the one saying about he wasn't happy with his players and stuff.
That's right. Look at the memory. See.
Well, I listened to last week's episode.
So the Red Devils are hopefully that's their springboard.
Okay.
Across town, their neighbours, Manchester City, they didn't have such a good week of it. They lost 2-1 down at Brighton. And this is despite taking a lead for an Erling Haaland goal. So he started the season in good form. He scored, I think it's 3 goals in his opening 3 games. So he's doing his job, but the defence is not. And Pep Guardiola, that's the 2nd match in a row that they've lost in the league. So while all the attention has been on Manchester United, maybe it might start to shift to Pep Guardiola because they had their worst season under him last year. And it doesn't look like Manchester City are going to be the force that they have been.
Yeah, but the season's only just started. Things can be turned around.
Of course. And to be honest, he has had slow starts before, but that was when he had the established players in his team like Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva and Sergio Aguero. Now he's got a number of new players who, aren't used
still
to playing.
Finding their legs.
Still finding their legs or their feet even. Not used to his methods. He's very intense and I think he burns a lot of players out just because he's so intense. So we'll watch to see how they develop. Onto the bottom of the table, West Ham, who I'd called the worst team I've seen this season, went to Nottingham Forest, who last season had one of the best defences. So they're playing at Forest Ground, the City ground. 0-0 up until, I think, the 84th minute. West Ham end up winning 3-0.
What?
Yes. West Ham, a team that have lost Mohamed Kudus, one of their best players, to Tottenham Hotspur. I don't know where this came from, but they pulled it out of the bag. And this is the thing about the Premier League.
This is a thing about football.
Absolutely.
You just don't know.
You don't know.
Just don't know.
So while they were my favourites to get relegated, now they've got a big away win against a very good team. And
their chest is going to be high.
High. So who knows now? And I think they've got Chelsea next. No, they haven't got Chelsea next. They lost to Chelsea 5-1. But they're gonna take confidence going forward. And yeah, you can't predict the Premier League. And finally, in our weekly roundup, Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 3. Now again, Aston Villa just missed out on Champions League football last season, just missed out on qualifying, so they're in the Europa League. But again, a good side. They're at home, and Crystal Palace are also a good side, but you wouldn't expect them to go to Villa and beat them 3-0. Villa have issues. They haven't won a game this season. Palace riding high, FA Cup winners last year, but even they've lost Eberechi Eze.
Yes.
Their best player to Arsenal. And we'll come on to this a little bit later, but this was supposed to be their captain's last match, Marc Guehi, who scored an unbelievable goal in this match, and it didn't quite pan out. But we'll come on to that saga in the what you missed section later.
Okay. Come to the section where, if you're like me, you don't know anything about football, here is your chance to learn about a different element. So hopefully you can impress your partner if you retain the information. So, Carl, today is VAR.
Yes. What do you know about VAR?
Okay, so VAR is...
In fact, first, let's start. Do you know what it stands for?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Video assisted referee, video assisted replay.
Yes, no.
Oh my gosh!
Damn, you got it first up.
Come on.
I think she does some research.
No, I swear to God, trust me, I didn't.
So yeah, no, you're right. It's the video assistant referee. And in the Premier League, it was introduced in the 2019-20 season.
Okay.
So the clubs voted unanimously in November 18 to have the system.
Yeah.
And it took some time to
implement,
sort it
of
out,
course.
Which was probably a sign of things to come.
Okay.
Because it does take its time when sorting decisions. So, purpose of VAR is that it's an assistant referee who will support the referee's decision, but the referee should have the final decision on the field of play, right?
Okay, so if there's a foul, it's recording everything from different angles.
Yeah, it's recording the whole match.
The whole match, right? So when there's a foul, like the one you mentioned in the match, was it with Man United?
Amad Diallo, yeah.
Right? So if the referee's like, I think that's a foul, but let me check VAR so he can give me kind of confirmation of my decision. So that's the purpose. But sometimes when you see things from a different angle, it can go against the ref's initial decision.
Well, so you're basically right. I mean, this is the problem. So first of all, the VAR is supposed to intervene in 4 match-changing situations only, right? That is goals, penalties, red cards, and mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity, so they think a player is a different player.
It happens.
What?
Yeah. So if, let's say, 3 players are going for the ball, 1 attacking player and 2 defenders, and there's a collision, he might think it's one of the defending players, but it's the other one. So they can get they can mistake identity. Yeah. It's happened before with I think it was Oxlade-Chamberlain and Theo Walcott back in the days.
I remember those two. Yeah.
Yeah. So it does happen. Sorry, almost choking myself.
Please.
It does happen, but VAR. So the referee makes a decision. VAR scrutinizes it, and they can recommend that the referee look at a monitor pitch side because they may think that he's got it right or he's got it wrong.
Okay.
Or they think he's got it wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
They won't recommend it if he's got it right. Yeah. They'll just go with his decision. The problem is,
and so VAR is a team.
So yes, so there's the main video assistant referee, and then I believe he has 2 assistants as well.
Okay.
Now, the problem is that the threshold is supposed to be if it's a clear and obvious error. So it's not supposed to be for marginal things if it looks like it could be or it couldn't be. It's supposed to be he's clearly fouled him and you've missed it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's not supposed to be, it could be a foul or it could just be 2 guys tussling for the ball or 2. No, it's not in women's football, is it? So it's not 2 women. But yeah, if it's 2 guys tussling for the ball, and it's either way, you're supposed to just go with the referee's decision. The problem with VAR is that it is getting involved in marginal decisions. Not only that, it's taking too long to arrive at decisions.
So play continues and stuff
play
like
continues.
that. Yeah.
They'll bring it back. They'll pause,
Oh,
like you mentioned earlier. They'll scrutinize different angles, and sometimes it's taking 4 or 5 minutes to come to a decision. Now, if you think football's an emotional game, it's fast paced. People just want. Part of football's appeal is that instant kind of visceral reaction to things.
Yeah.
Once you start slowing things down and it becomes all sterile, that's what Burnley's boss Scott Parker said. So it was his team who conceded the penalty to Man United, and he said, it's becoming a sterile game. We're double and triple checking every phase of play. It's a guy 200 miles away in Stockley Park because that's where the VAR is based.
Yeah.
It's him, checking and essentially re-refereeing the game, which they're not supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the worst example last weekend was Chelsea against Fulham. So Fulham, they've got a young boy called Josh King, 18 years old. Looks like a very promising talent. He scores a goal to put Fulham 1-0 up.
Okay.
But in the build-up, Rodrigo Muniz, who's Fulham striker, he does a spin with the ball. So as he's getting the ball, he does a spin. It's called a pirouette or a 360. And as his right foot, I believe it is coming down, a Chelsea defender is coming in, and Muniz steps on the defender's foot. Right? Accident.
Yeah.
All football fans think it's an accident.
Yeah.
VAR's re-refed it. They decided that his spin was a challenge, despite the fact that Chalobah didn't have the ball and was nowhere near the ball. He's come in late. If anything, he probably should have been penalised for a foul because he's come in meekly and tentatively. He's ended up getting trod on and hurt. And VAR have overturned the goal.
Any snake.
Yeah, so they've ruled it out. So they
overturned the goal.
The goal got wiped out. They've ruined the 18-year-old boy's moment. His first goal in Premier League football in only his 3rd game. And everyone was in uproar about it. It's just the state of VAR at the moment. It's a good tool, but the problem is the quality of the officials.
Has there ever been a situation where a decision has been made, VAR has overridden it, then it's gone back and overridden that?
Well, so VAR doesn't overrule the referee. They recommend to the referee to have a look. So, for example, in that Josh King example, they recommended the referee go to the pitchside monitor and look at the replays. And then the referee, he's bottled it because he didn't rule it. He didn't rule against it in the first place. I think what happens is that referees feel a lot of pressure because they're all getting monitored by the PGMOL who run the referees, and I believe they think if they're going against VAR, well, VAR must have seen something, so I can't go against them and so they just always 99% of the time they will go with what VAR recommends.
Is VAR manned by a referee?
So, yes.
So they're qualified referees that are looking at VAR?
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh, supposedly. Okay, that's a no. Then that's a no. Is it me looking after VAR?
No, I think it's just the state of, officials that...
So it should really be referees?
No, it is referees. It is referees.
Okay.
But, the quality of the referees that we have are just not very good.
Okay. All right, so I think I know what VAR is now, but for anyone listening, are you a fan of VAR? Yay or nay? From what I'm hearing, I see the benefit, but I actually think football has existed for so long without VAR, and it was fine. There's always going to be controversies because unless you're in the actual players' minds and their intentions when they do certain movements, you're never truly going to know if something's an accident or if it's intentional, right? But I just feel like it was fine. So why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, personally. But, let us know. Are you a VAR fan? Yeah or nay? Babe, are you?
Absolutely not. And from what you just said, I vote for you to be head of PGMOL.
Thank you very much. For all votes, please let them know that I'm ready and willing. Doesn't mean I have to watch football all the time, though.
Absolutely.
Then I listen. I denounce that role in Jesus' name.
All right, so now we're going to take you through what you've missed. And the transfer window is closed. And for the Premier League, their club splashed a record-shattering £3.9 billion on new signings.
And they couldn't even just spare me 0.9 billion.
Oh, no, hell no. Oh, no. Listen, clubs are trying to catch up. Clubs are trying to maintain their leads. You know, it's very competitive. The previous record was 2.46 billion. So they've beaten the record by over 700 million.
Wow. And how many players were transferred during that time? Do you know?
Oof. I mean, no, I don't have that number to hand, but...
What do you reckon it was? 10, 20?
10, 20? No. It's probably about... If you think, let's average it out to, say, 4 transfers per team. And there's 20 teams in the Premier League. It's probably about 80 to 100.
Wow. Okay. Then I think it's worth it.
Yeah. And clubs also set a record by recouping 1.83 billion from player sales.
Good for them.
The money is flowing around in the Premier League.
I always say there's money in this world. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
So Liverpool were the top spenders. Guess how much they spent?
Out of that, I'd say they spent 900 million.
Oh, no.
Oh, so.
Way too high.
Okay, so. They spent, out of that, if they're the top spenders and there's 20 teams, they spent 30 million.
Oh, no. Now you're going to do it other way.
Okay. They spent 100 million.
Nope.
Close?
Not even.
200 million.
Not even.
250 million.
Not even.
When I said 300 million, you said it was way too high.
No, you said 900 million.
Oh, shame I did, didn't it? 300 million.
Nope.
Half a billion.
Almost. 446.5 million.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
There is money.
They broke the British transfer record on 2 occasions for Florian Wirtz. And on deadline day, they finally got their man, Alexander Isak.
Woo. I'm so happy for them. When does he start? Have they cleared all his medical and
I'm
stuff
not happy
now?
for them.
Sorry. Well, I am, because I think they're going to win the season and I get whatever I want from you. But his medical clear.
Yeah, no, he's fully a Liverpool player. So.
Oh, is he back in training now, is he?
Well, he's on international duty with Sweden at the moment because it's the international break.
Yeah.
But he will be joining up with his new teammates when he returns next Wednesday, is it?
Do you know what, right? I actually hope that he proves all the haters wrong and he goes in and has a really, really successful time with the team, and that, you know, the players take him in, the coaches and the managers and the fans. Honestly, I hope the best for him.
Why? He went on strike.
No, but you know what? Like, I still think that there was definitely something. I feel like he wouldn't have just gone on strike and acted so badly without there being actual cause, which, because these corporations and these the man don't care about us. That man don't care about us. I feel like he wouldn't have just acted that. He knew that he was, putting his career and some of his future in jeopardy by acting that way. But sometimes when you believe fully in something and you've been treated wrongly, you have to stick to your guns.
Well, look, I think in football everyone is looking out for their own self-interest. So, look, in the end, I think Newcastle will be happy with the fee they got, which was 130 million. Liverpool obviously going to be happy with the player they've got. Isak's happy he got his move, so I don't think anyone can really complain in the end. Chelsea, they were splashing the cash, but they were also selling players left, right, like it was a Sunday market. They were the first club to recoup more than 300 million from transfer sales.
Good for them.
So in total, they got 311.3 million.
Chelsea's been about that money for a while.
Yeah, well, we know. I mean,
yeah, we'll say his name.
Exactly. We won't go there, but yeah. So the cash was flowing around, but there was some drama. So as I mentioned earlier, Marc Guehi scores for Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. The rumours had been strong that he was going to be moving to Liverpool that night after the match.
Okay.
So captain them to the FA Cup. This is a beautiful swan song. He scored a curler from like 25 yards, top corner, perfect send-off, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, Crystal Palace's manager Oliver Glasner said, if you sell my captain, because there's no time to get a replacement, I will quit.
Wow.
And guess what? The transfer didn't go through.
No.
And apparently Guehi was distraught. They had this a farewell video for Crystal Palace made already.
Stop it.
I think yeah. So,
and this is why I had to respect Isak.
And funny you say that. This is what a lot of football fans are saying. When you behave professionally like Guehi and you don't make any fuss, you don't get what you want. But when you make up noise like Isak, and don't forget Johan Wissa, who also went on strike at Brentford and did get his move to Newcastle, you get rewarded with what you want.
I don't think it's even that you get rewarded. I think in this world you have to fight for what you want. You know, and is his name Guehi? Guehi. Is it his fault that they couldn't find a captain in time?
Look, it's not his fault, and my sympathy is with him, even though I didn't want him to go to Liverpool because he's a very good defender. But I actually also have sympathy with Oliver Glasner. He's given Crystal Palace their first trophy ever.
Yeah.
He's lost his best player already, Eberechi Eze, to Arsenal.
Yeah.
They gave him some time, so they've got a replacement for him. But you can't then get rid of his captain on the final day of the transfer window and then expect him to continue getting results. Because if he starts not getting results because the team are now defensively fragile because they've lost his captain, no one's going to have sympathy for him. They'll just say he's not getting results. And that could eventually end up with him being fired.
Okay, but question. When did what's his name?
Guehi, Marc Guehi.
No, not Guehi, the manager.
Oh, Oliver Glasner.
When did he start being the manager of this team?
So he started at the beginning of last season.
All right, cool. So he knows how transfer windows work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he knows how long transfer windows are open for. So why? I don't think Guehi announced that he was leaving that match, right?
Well, look, negotiations had been happening, but it's not the manager who negotiates. That's how it used to be in the old days. Now there's a board above him. There's sporting directors, technical directors. There's a whole team.
Okay.
So they're the ones who negotiate these transfers.
Okay.
And, you know, they should have said, okay, we will sell Mark, but we'll get you a replacement. That would have been fair for all parties, right?
Yeah.
Because now Glasner still has the same number of personnel as he had previously.
Yes.
If you're basically kind of like kneecapping him by taking his captain from out under him, that's just unfair, you know, because now he's, you know, let's say one of his other defenders gets injured. Now you're going to start having to rely on maybe youngsters who haven't played in the Premier League before because you're a man down or a man light. So,
do you know, of all of this, it's not. I can't say his name. Guehi. It's not Guehi's fault.
No, of course not.
I think it's so bad that he's the one who's been given.
For sure.
Like, is he gonna? What's he looking like? Is he gonna continue playing, or is he gonna continue training, or is he gonna do an Isak?
Well, interesting, isn't it? Because again, we're in the international break, so we don't really know what the fallout is from the club. There were rumours that he was going to renounce his captaincy of Crystal Palace, but because he's professional, I don't think he'll do that. What it is that he becomes a free agent at the end of this season. So there are two options. Palace can sell him in January, which is the next transfer window, but they'll sell him for a reduced fee. And that might work for them because by then they'll know whether they're in danger in the Premier League or whether they're having a decent season and they can do without him. And they can at least get a bit of money. Or they can continue with him for the whole season, but they won't get a transfer fee for him once he does decide to move next year.
This is a tricky business, boy.
Very tricky.
Tricky business.
Yeah. And just even further examples of it being a tricky business is that Nottingham Forest, where the manager, Nuno Espirito Santo, has fallen out with his chairman, Evangelino Marinakis.
What?
Oh yeah, so this has been bubbling for a while. Like at the end of last season, after I can't remember who Forest had played at home, but Marinakis had come onto the pitch and it looked like he was berating Nuno. So you know that's not really what you do in public.
No, it's not.
A lot of the football world had sympathy with Nuno because he done a fantastic job. Nottingham Forest were in danger of getting relegated the previous season under Steve Cooper. Nuno takes over. In fact, no, it's the beginning of last season. Nuno takes over. They have a brilliant season, and you know, the owners should be happy with that. They're not in danger. They were even looking like contenders for Europe at one point.
Okay.
So whatever undercurrent of feeling they had seems to have spilled over to this season. And Morgan Gibbs-White, who's kind of like Nottingham Forest star player, he basically announced that he was joining Tottenham. So that deal was basically done.
Yeah.
The owner stepped in, said it's not happening. So this guy, he has a reputation of being like a Greek gangster.
Yeah.
He's been implicated allegedly in like drug smuggling and all sorts.
I believe it.
Well, we don't know. We've got nothing to believe.
Allegedly.
Investigations have not been carried out.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are tensions running high, and Nuno in a press conference basically said, "Yeah, me and the owner, we're not getting along." So remains to see how that one plays out. But smart money may be on him being the first manager to be fired.
Oh, what do you mean fired? Has a manager never been fired before?
No, as in, sacked this season.
Oh, okay, the first manager to go.
Because there's a thing called the Premier League sack race. It's like, who's the first one to go?
Oh, gosh. Just no comment. No comment. So this section is currently my favourite part of the show. It's couples v the league. Reason why it's my favourite part, I was winning up until last week, and I have a lot of confidence that I will be the winner by the end of the season, and I will get whichever prize I choose from my husband. And the choir say amen.
We love to hear the confidence, but I disagree.
Anyways, would you like to run through last week's...
Absolutely. So let's start at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, Fulham 0.
No. You got that right.
Of course.
Okay, go on.
What did you get?
I said 3-1.
Oh, lucky. You had the 2-goal margin, but close but no cigar. All right, next up, Manchester United 3, Burnley 2.
Oh, you said 3-0.
Yeah, no.
I said 1-1.
That was nowhere close.
Yeah.
Didn't expect Burnley to score 2, but there we go. All right, so off to the Stadium of Light, Sunderland 2, Brentford 1.
I said 2-2. You said 1-2. Neither was all right.
Nah. All right, I don't think anyone would have got this next one. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Bournemouth 1.
Nah, neither of us got that. No. I said 3-0. You said 1-1.
Of course not. Another little upset for the books here. Not such a big one, but at Wolves, it was Wolves 2, Everton 3.
Nope, neither of us got that. 0-1, 1-0.
Mm-hmm. And the final game from last Saturday was Leeds 0, Newcastle 0.
Nope, 2-3, 1-0.
All right, so on to the Sunday fixtures. Brighton 2, Man City 1.
Nope, 1-3, 1-2.
Yeah, no one would have got that. And I doubt anyone got this either, because it was Nottingham Forest 0, West Ham 3.
Nah, we both said, I said 3-0, you said 2-0.
Yeah. Ooh, what about this one?
Okay,
I think we both went draws here. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0.
I said 3-3, you said 1-1.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And then the final match of last week, Aston Villa 0, Crystal Palace 3.
Nah, I said 1-2, you said 1-1.
So what does that mean for the current standings?
It means currently you have 3 predictions and I only have 2 predictions correct.
All right.
But it's all right because everything can change this week. So hit me.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I mean, look, we've got the international break this week. So
so we have no predictions?
No, there are no predictions for the moment. Next week we'll be back and there will be predictions. Next week we'll give it a bit of an international flavour and we'll cover the World Cup qualifiers. And we will look ahead to the Premier League fixtures.
Yay. And there you have another episode of Me, Him and Football. Thank you so much for listening to episode 4.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you getting excited today. It's because the sun came out. If you would like to follow, share, subscribe, get involved. The Instagram is Me, Him and Football. The TikTok is Me, Him and Football. On X, it's Me, Him and Football.
Correct.
And the email address for any suggestions, any feedback is mehimandfootball@gmail.com.
Correct.
And can I just say a huge shout out to the one and only Marisa
Number 1 supporter.
You
Shout out to you.
Come on. But yeah, back again next week. And honestly, I do feel
back
like
again.
Because I've been seeing what the scores are saying, I feel like I'm going to use that to make some really good predictions for next week.
I hope so, because, you got a task on your hands.
Always a hater. Until next time.